Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've not seen anybody else's videos about it. I've never watched one of these myself, so I'm not quite sure what I'm getting myself into. All I know is that we got married, but we never met. That is the title of this. So let's jump right in. I'm gonna probably question my life after this video, aren't I?
Hey guys, I'm Mia, and I'll be telling you how I met my husband, whom I never met before.
Oh,
I was born and raised in a cult that had a very small number of followers around the world. No,
Okay.
it's not what you were thinking. We don't live on a farm or in a secluded area like some kind of weird tribe. We live within cities, regular families, normal houses or apartments, go to regular schools. We do have two rules though that we must not ever break. One is to attend the annual gathering that the cult leaders arrange. Second, which is the most important, we must never marry someone who is not from the community. When I was young, I didn't think of it that much.
Oh, that is so bad. Yes, you're not allowed to marry outside the community because we don't trust their ways. Listening to the first part of this, I am already wondering what on earth is going on, and I don't trust any of this.
When I was young, I didn't think of it that much. I always felt like it's not going to happen anytime soon, so I didn't pay it any attention. But life just slapped me in the face when Dad told me. The day after my graduation, I got engaged.
What?
I don't remember seeing or meeting anybody. Then he excitedly added that my future husband is living on the west side of the country, which means that I'll be moving and experiencing life on another level.
I'm sorry, hold up. No, you cannot. You cannot just be like, yeah, sorry. So, we got you engaged already, so don't worry about that. We got your life sorted, all right, okay? We've planned it all. Don't even have to worry about a thing. Just gonna shove you on this plane. Bye-bye, see you later across the country. That would be my idea of hell.
As if it was supposed to make me feel any better, I screamed at him, "Dad, are you listening to yourself?" He yelled at me and told me that I'll be following the rules no matter what, or else he'll disown me. I was so scared.
What?
I didn't want to lose them, so I agreed. And just like that, Steve and I got married. Online. The wedding was a Skype call. Both families agreed to make it short, quick, and inexpensive, which I didn't really get because his family was rich. But anyway, this is not relevant now.
I mean, hey, he's rich, but what? I'm sorry, you got married in a Skype call. I mean, one, I feel like Discord would be better because, you know, Skype has issues. But two, why would you do that? What? I don't understand. Why? Why couldn't you have got married, like, in the same place? I don't understand why you've had to do it over a Skype call. Who would do that?
His family was in the room with him. So was mine. We said yes virtually, and we were married with the blessing of our leaders. The following week, I had to travel and meet him in person. And as you've probably expected, it was the worst idea ever. This guy was the most horrible person I've ever known. I thought he might like me because I was beautiful, skinny blonde and all. But he didn't care. He mistreated me and abused me emotionally and physically. He kept saying, "It's all your fault. I wish you didn't exist." Whenever I tried to talk to him, he would make fun of me. He accused me of being a gold digger and that I only married him for the money.
Oh my god, what the heck? It's not even her idea, but she's getting all the blame for it. I don't understand this story already. Why are people reading these? It's getting as bad as Gacha in here. What is going on?
When I told him that I was forced into this marriage, he went nuts, calling me a liar and a thief. I couldn't stay any longer. I asked for a divorce, but he was not ready for it. Apparently, he needed this marriage to work more than I did because his inheritance depended on it.
Wow. Okay, so he's like putting her through all of this crap, and then he's like, "I'm sorry, even though I hate you, it's all your fault and everything, and I don't like you and I don't care about you. We still have to stay married because I don't get my money if you don't, if you just walk away from me." Wow, this guy's a jerk.
His dad was wealthy, and his first condition to give him the money was to marry someone from the cult and have kids. I was the lucky one, but after what I have experienced with him, I sure as hell wasn't going to get pregnant anytime soon. I decided to escape the house. I couldn't do it during the daytime because he had cameras all over the place, and he would notice me missing. So at night, I packed my things. I had everything ready in a bag under the stairwells. I planned for a fire. I put a pot on the stove with some oil in it and left the stove on.
Wow.
Soon the oil was on fire and spread to the kitchen cabinets.
Run!
I woke him up, pretending not to know anything about it. He freaked out when he smelled the smoke and went running to call the fire station, hoping to save the house. That was my chance.
Run.
I got the bag out and ran away, leaving all the mess behind. That night, I booked a room in a hotel to think about what to do next. I couldn't ask my parents to live with them again because they would probably make me go back to him. Or even worse, they would marry me to someone else.
No. They wouldn't marry you to someone else, surely. Because one, you'd have to get a divorce anyway, and I don't think they'd be happy about that. And if this is some kind of like a cult thing, then it would probably end up like being, no, sorry, we're disowning you now because you couldn't make it work with your first marriage. Like, what?
I started panicking. It's true that I had stolen some money from his wallet, but it's not going to be enough. What now? Will I live like a homeless person? Fortunately, the next day I saw an ad that asked for volunteers to help the refugees who escaped war to live in Greece.
Oh.
They would provide food and a place to sleep in exchange for the volunteers' help. I immediately applied. Leaving the country would buy me some time to think about what to do in the future, and it would be harder for Steve or my family to find me.
Well, that's one way of doing it. Just like, bye, see you laters. I am going to go incognito for a bit. Clearly, this story is already telling us all the things that you shouldn't do.
And so I went. The refugees' conditions were bad. They barely had enough food or clothes. They were cold most of the time, and helping them made me happy. We had to work hard providing them support and to raise donations. We were exhausted most of the time. But that was good because for a while, it made me forget all the things I'd been through. The team that I was part of was wonderful. They were all nice. Helping others made us feel good and brought us closer. And there, I met Andrew. He was the best.
Oh.
Every day he waited for me to go divide the food to the refugees. He always seemed interested in listening to me, looking at me differently and making sure that I had everything I needed the minute I asked for it.
Oh, Andrew. Is she gonna start liking Andrew?
I was touched by him. He was sincere, which made me fall for him. Soon we both started flirting with each other and fell in love. Everyone on the team noticed that we had a thing, so they called us Lovebirds. We used to laugh about it. Just before the volunteering period was about to end, Andrew asked me to marry him.
What?
I couldn't be happier. I'm marrying the man of my dreams. We married in Greece, and then we got back to our country.
But did she even divorce this other guy that she was married to? I'm confused. She can't get married if... What is going on?
Andrew got hired in a company, and I worked in an office. Life was going pretty great, until I got pregnant. We had our first baby boy. We named him Alex. Alex was the joy of our life. We were a happy family, until life took another turn when Steve appeared in my life again. Alex and I were at the mall shopping when I noticed him. I tried to hide, but it didn't work.
Oh no.
Steve came quickly screaming at my face.
Oh.
Finally, I found you, ugly woman. You destroyed my life.
Oh.
But when he saw Alex, he got angrier. He accused me of running away to hide his son from him.
What?
I explained that Alex is not his son, and he wouldn't be because I hate the idea of getting close to him. He exploded and yelled at me, telling me that I'm a liar and deserve to be burned in hell, and that he will hurt my family. The security guards heard him scream, so they came and took him out of the mall. I was scared, so I took Alex and went home. I told Andrew what happened, and he assured me that Steve couldn't do anything to us. But he was wrong. A week later, I went to pick up Alex from the kindergarten. I waited for him outside as usual, but
no.
he never showed up. I asked the teachers. They said that he was waiting outside. I looked for him in all the places I thought
He's been
was
kidnapped.
but he was nowhere to be found. So I reported to the police. Deep down, I knew that Steve had taken him. I told the police all my story and how Steve threatened me. They investigated the whole situation and arrested Steve. But to everyone's surprise, Steve had not kidnapped Alex.
What?
When the police arrested Steve, he was sleeping in his apartment. The cameras showed that he was at his house in the morning and then left to his work. He told the police that he only threatened me just to scare me, but he didn't want to kidnap Alex because he was sure that Alex wasn't his. The police kept him under surveillance for days before they were convinced he didn't do it, and we kept looking for Alex. Days went by before I received a creepy letter in the mailbox.
Oh my god. Is it a ransom note?
They didn't even write it. They had cut letters from a newspaper and glued them together.
Okay, that's creepy.
If you want to see your son, come to this place tonight alone at 1 a.m. Don't bring anyone with you, or Alex will be in danger.
Is it the parents?
Fainted when I read it, but I pretended to be okay in front of Andrew. I didn't want him to feel anything. The letter specifically said that I must come alone, and I didn't want him to know. At 1 a.m. that night, I sneaked out of the house and headed to the place they had told me about. Everything was dark. I went into a deserted building. I heard a sound coming from a certain room, so I went in. Suddenly, lights were everywhere. I had to close my eyes a bit and open them slowly, and what I saw was unbelievable. It was Andrew, Steve, and Alex sleeping on the bed. I looked at Andrew. I was confused.
What
the hell is going on here? Steve said in his sick voice, "You thought you could run away?" Then he handed Andrew a suitcase and told him, "That's the $20 million we agreed about. Go back to your country."
Oh my god! She got tricked by her ex? No way! He paid some guy to start being like, yeah, okay, I'm in love with you. And that is like, wow. Wow.
I was speechless. I looked at Andrew, feeling betrayed, hurt, and almost on the verge of going insane. How could you sell your own kid? I bursted out shouting, "What kind of person are you?" Andrew replied carelessly, "I know he is going to live well. Steve is rich enough to take care of both of you."
Oh my god.
I got 20 mouths to feed back home. Believe me, you will do well. Then he took the suitcase and left. I was stuck with Steve, who told me shamelessly that he had arranged the whole thing. When he saw me and Alex at the mall, he knew he had to get me back. So he spoke to Andrew and convinced him to leave us in exchange for money.
Wow. Okay, I'm sorry, but okay, so he wasn't with him right from the beginning and saying, hey, you should just go out with her, then marry her, and then have a kid with her. No, this was like, hey, I saw you the other day in a mall with the kid, and now I'm going to go to your husband and convince him and bribe him to the point where he's like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll leave the woman I love and the kid that I love to go away, and leave her. Like, what? I know he's doing it to help other people, but damn, what?
I felt sick and disgusted listening to him. So I started shouting, "You sick man, you are crazy. I'm going to make your life hell." Steve came close and tried to put his hands on my mouth.
Excuse me,
to
get
make
off.
me shut up. He didn't want Alex to wake up or make any scene, but I didn't care. I screamed at the top of my lungs saying, "Get off of me, get off." Then 6 police officers came to the room shouting, "You are under arrest." One of them ordered Steve to raise his hands and stand still, or else he would be shot. He thought he could lock me up again and do whatever he wanted. He didn't know I'm not the same weak person anymore.
Yeah, go.
Earlier that day, I went to the police with the letter and told them everything. They told me that they would be near the building hiding. They gave me a wire that looked like a button.
Woo!
Screaming was our signal. And that's how my kid and I were saved. As for Andrew, police caught him when he left the building.
Yes!
And he will be spending time in jail. Don't ever let anyone control you.
That is a very good lesson to learn, honestly. No one should ever control you. You are you, and I mean, obviously if you're living with your parents, like there is a certain boundaries that you probably shouldn't push, but still, it should never be to a point where you are in a tight situation, I mean, like that, or anything like that. I love these kind of things because they have a little moral to them. I like these. I want to read more of these. If you guys obviously like this as well, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. I want to know whether you want me to read more of these because I didn't even really sort of like know what they were about. If you are the small percentage that aren't subscribed, why don't you? Because I love you. Honestly, this is really awesome. I loved reading this and I still think it's a very good lesson in general. Stand up for yourself, guys. Don't let anyone make those choices for you. I hope you're all having an amazing day and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye!